The new Tesla Model S is set to destroy Porsche's fastest accelerating vehicle, the Taycan, leaving Porsche in the dust, dead in the water, after only 6 months on sale. Personally, if I owned a Taycan, I'd be asking for a refund and immediately putting a deposit down on the new Tesla Model S Plaid Plus. And here's why. Let's be honest. Porsche have to be very worried about the abysmally slow and bizarrely named Taycan Turbo, especially when one considers that the Model S is a 5-seat family sedan capable of carrying your family, the dog, plenty of luggage, even a bicycle if you want to. Today, Tesla unveiled its highly anticipated new Model S and Model X 2021 refresh, but it's more than a refresh. It's the most anticipated change for many Tesla fans is the interior design, which received what can only be described as a complete makeover from the ground up, with both the X and S scoring an all-new interior design headlined by a new, slim rectangular steering wheel drawing parallels with the yoke control sticks used by pilots of commercial aircraft. Funny enough, people seem to be most excited about the addition of door pockets, but that's another story. More importantly, though, to some, the new electric vehicles have updated powertrains and battery packs with the latest technology from Tesla. Kind of. They've at least caught up to Model 3 and Model Y in some cases, and in others, such as performance and range, they've far surpassed them. The base model long range still exists for both the S and X in its new updated form, but the new Plaid and Plaid Plus replace the previous performance Model S and X variants respectively. The base Model X long range has 580 kilometers or 360 miles of range and comes with a 3.8 second 0 to 60 and 155 mile per hour top speed, which is around about 250 kilometers an hour. So for a base model vehicle, 3.8 seconds SUV 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 miles per hour is insanely fast, let's be honest. The Model X Plaid gains serious performance but loses a little bit of range as a result, giving it a 340 mile range, 20 miles less than the Model X long range, which is about 530 kilometers. But it does get an increased 163 mile per hour top speed and a 2.5 second 0 to 60 or 2.5 second 0 to 100 kilometers an hour time. The rollout is included with that, so it's probably closer to 2.6 seconds in the real world, but that's still insanely fast and makes it by far the fastest SUV in the world, with the next fastest SUV over a second slower. That's a huge gap between first and second place. The price of the Model X Plaid is $120,000 before incentives, and the long range costs $89,990 before incentives. Onto the new Tesla Model S. There's now 3 variants of the Model S, the long range, the Plaid, and the Plaid Plus, which will be the fastest accelerating production vehicle on the planet, bar none. Not even in any supercar is that fast. The base Model S long range has 663 kilometers or 412 miles of range, a 155 mile per hour or 250 kilometer per hour top speed, and an 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour of 3.1 seconds. So that's the base model, 3.1 seconds 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 in miles per hour. The entry-level Plaid features 3 high-performance electric motors developing a total of 761 kilowatt, sent to all 4 wheels for an 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 mile per hour sprint time as low as 2.1 seconds, which is unbelievable. It's well over 1G. Sitting atop the Model S range, the Plaid Plus is available only in Model S sedan guise and won't be released until later towards the end of this year. Tesla has not yet revealed a Model X Plaid Plus, but I believe they will do so sometime later this year. For those who use the metric scale, the Plaid Plus variant draws closest to the initial specifications for the Plaid announced in September 2020 with 820 kilowatt or about 1100 plus horsepower, 3 electric motors, a sub 2.1 second 0 to 100 sprint time, which is about 1.99 seconds 0 to 60 in miles per hour, a sub 9-second quarter mile time, and an 840 kilometre or 520 plus mile range, which is completely eliminating range anxiety altogether. It also has a 320 kilometre an hour or 200 mile per hour top speed. These are seriously amazing numbers that nobody has any realistic right to not believe Tesla will deliver on, considering what they've delivered on in the past. And to be honest, these numbers just blow me away. How can they do this? How can Tesla make a sedan and an SUV go this fast when no other automaker on the planet can do this for any kind of vehicle, including supercars? Tesla really are that far ahead of their competition. Whilst others might disagree, for me the most exciting announcement was the Tesla Model S Plaid Plus. Let's go over those figures again. The quarter mile time, 9 seconds, or just under, possibly 8.9 they're saying. 0 to 60 mile per hour, 1.99 seconds, or 2.1 seconds for 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. 1100 plus horsepower, 3 high-performance motors, carbon-sleeved rotors, and torque vectoring, which we know with electric cars works incredibly well. But like I said, most importantly, the new Tesla Model S Plaid Plus will be the fastest accelerating vehicle ever produced on the planet. And I'm talking about cars in production here, not mythical cars that might be released, but cars that will go into production this year. Tesla says that the new wheel is the ultimate focus on driving. No stalks, no shifting. With a stalkless steering yoke, you can both enjoy the best car to drive and the best car to be driven in. So that's Tesla's marketing spiel. Personally, like I said, I'm a fan of the new steering wheel, and I can't wait to give it a shot. But many people have criticized it, and I think that's probably because they're scared of change. Those people are probably used to a normal circular steering wheel, and they're afraid that if they use something else, it might be scary or different. Getting on to the infotainment. Sitting in the center of the dashboard of both cars is a new 17-inch infotainment touchscreen inspired by that of the Model 3, featuring sat-nav, internet functionality, and a signature array of video streaming games, Easter eggs, and miscellaneous novelty applications and other things. Really, it looks to me from what I've seen that the new games are going to be way better than anything Tesla's released so far. Unlike its smaller counterparts, in moving to a horizontal central screen, the Model S and Model X haven't lost a dedicated digital instrument cluster, with the face models units measuring in at 12.3 inches. So they've got a 12.3 inch screen directly in front of the driver, and then they've got the 17-inch screen over to the right. There's also a third screen, which is the 8-inch screen, and that features at the rear of the center console for second row passengers to use. And in addition to that, there's a 22 speaker 960 watt premium sound system with active noise cancellation, which is going to be next level, because you can imagine with an electric car, a silent electric car, the only thing you can hear is wind. Wind noise sometimes comes from the mirrors. So when they have that noise cancellation in place, that should cancel out wind noise, and then you'll hear the incredible sound system, which we know from reviews on Tesla vehicles from all kinds of car review sites all around the world, that the sound system is just the best in its class. Other standard features include heated seats for all passengers, there's ventilated front seats, tri-zone climate control, HEPA air filtration, ambient cabin lighting, and a tinted glass roof with UV protections. And I think that new tinted glass roof is going to really give the inside of the vehicle a much more spacious feeling. So that's quite an important upgrade. There are wireless charging pads and USB-C ports for every passenger in the vehicle, and those are complemented by sliding cup holders and storage for front passengers, which, as I said before, is something that a lot of people are bizarrely excited about. But each to their own. Power-operated rear tailgates and side mirrors are standard on both cars, the latter feature including auto dimming and heating functionality. The exterior changes are more subtle than those on the interior, and they're a bit more subtle than a lot of people were hoping for. But personally, I really like them. I think the Model S and X have a really timeless classic design, and it didn't need to be wrecked or messed with too much. They just subtly enhance those styling features that we know those two vehicles for, and I think the changes have made some real significant improvements to the overall look. The most significant changes that they've made were to the front fascia and the black exterior trim, which replaces the chrome trim. So although the changes are small, they make an already good looking car look even better. In addition, there are new wheel designs that include the 19-inch Tempest and 21-inch Arachnid styles for the Model S, and 20-inch Cyberstream and 22-inch turbine options for the Model X. So there's a few different wheel choices. Personally, I think you'll get better ride quality if you go for the smaller wheels. They don't look as good, but you'll definitely get better ride quality. Batteries. In Tesla's earnings call yesterday, Elon said, "While our Model S and Model X battery module architecture evolved over the past 8 years, both the battery pack and modules have now been fully redesigned. Additionally, we have incorporated Model 3 and Model Y motor technology throughout, as well as our heat pump for better winter range. These changes enable 5 times more high-speed quarter-mile runs than the prior architecture, while further improving energy efficiency. The new Model S and X are now utilizing updated 1865 batteries along with updated modules and packs." But we believe, and this wasn't mentioned on the call, but we believe that the Plaid Plus version will have the new 4680 batteries. So it hasn't been confirmed yet, but everyone is expecting that to be the case. And they're also expecting that to be the case because the Plaid Plus won't be released until further towards the end of 2021. So that would make sense. Steering wheel controversy. Getting back to the steering wheel issue. As by now you've seen, the new Tesla Model X and Model S have a new unusually shaped steering wheel, and people are really struggling with it. No, I personally love it, like I said before. First impressions have been mixed, as some of the features have proved polarizing, none more than the new steering wheel. Now this comes from Electric. Tesla is introducing a brand new steering wheel in the new Model S and Model X. In the new configurator, Tesla describes the new steering wheel which has no indicator stalk. The ultimate focus on driving. No stalks, no shifting. With a stalkless steering yoke, you can enjoy both the best car to drive and the best car to be driven in. Previously, Tesla used stalks on its steering wheel like others for vehicle turn signals, headlights, and windshield wiper controls. And other automakers, Tesla even used steering wheel stalks for other controls like autopilot and drive modes, including PRND, so park, reverse, neutral, drive. Tesla's new steering wheel has none of that, as the steering column is not equipped with any stalk at all. It's instead all packaged into a streamlined butterfly steering wheel design. In order to replace the stalks, Tesla is betting on a mix of AI and force touch buttons on the steering wheels to replace these functions. The steering wheel is equipped with the same scrolls already found on the Model 3 and Model Y wheel, but it now features new force touch buttons for the turn signals, high beams, honk, autopilot, windshield control, and voice commands. Tesla hopes that all these functions will be performed, though, ultimately, automatically by the vehicle. So you as a driver won't have to do anything, and the vehicle will just do whatever's needed for you. That strategy is especially shown by Tesla's solution to replace the drive mode stalk. Electric obtained internal Tesla documents that show the automaker plans to use autopilot and AI to know which drive mode to activate. Tesla writes in the document, "The vehicle uses its autopilot sensors to intelligently automatically determine intended drive modes and select them. For example, if the front of Model S X is facing a garage wall, it will detect this and automatically shift to reverse once the driver presses the brake pedal. This eliminates one more step for the drivers of the world's most intelligent production cars." It's quite a change to the way we operate a car in theory, but I think in reality it's not that much of a difference. The only things we use regularly are indicator signals, and pressing a button on the steering wheel to press for the right indicator signal on the left, in my opinion, makes very little difference. I think getting used to that steering wheel will be very easy. But personally, everyone's different. Everyone has a different opinion. Tell me, what do you guys think of Tesla's new steering wheel and driving controls? Would it deter you from buying one? Do you like it, love it, hate it? Let me know in the comments below. So we've spoken mostly about the good, but now for the not so good. Range. Range has dropped on the Plaid versions and long range versions. Though range is obviously incredibly long for the Plaid Plus Model S. Spectacularly long, and obviously that's due to the 4680 batteries. Now, you'll have to wait for the Model S Plaid Plus. That's the other bad news. The Plaid Plus won't come out until towards the end of the year, potentially next year, and for other countries towards the end of 2022. But the good news is that you will be able to buy one. Another negative is the increase in price. Prices are up a bit over the previous models. So I think it could be worth holding off for an expected decrease in price and an increase in performance when the Model S and Model X move entirely to Tesla's new 4680 battery cells, which I predict will happen sometime next year. I could be wrong on that though, you never know. Deliveries. Bad news for Europe, deliveries don't start until September. Even worse news for me here in Australia and for customers in other right-hand drive markets like the UK and Ireland. Deliveries won't start for us until 2022. But the good news is we will actually get the cars. Many other automakers don't make their vehicles in right-hand drive for us, so thank you Tesla for making them available for us. Plaid Plus Model X. As I said, I believe there will be a Model X Plaid Plus announced within the next few months. Maybe 6 months, maybe 3 months. I believe whatever the case, it will be announced this year. Recap of the features. Just to go over what we've talked about, these are some of the most important features. It's quite a long list, so you'll see that this refresh is not a small refresh, it's actually a significant update. Both Model X and S now utilize the heat pump from Model Y for both of them, and this should significantly improve cold weather battery performance and efficiency. The new Model X is now about as quick to 60 miles per hour, 100 kilometers per hour, as a top spec Porsche Taycan, which is insane considering the Taycan interior is about half the size of the Model X interior. The Model X Plaid has a 9-second quarter mile and 1,040 horsepower, whilst the Model S Plaid Plus has an insane 520 mile range, 200 mile per hour top speed, 0 to 60 in 1.99 seconds, quarter mile time of 9 seconds flat, and 1100 plus horsepower. It's also expected to come with the new 4680 battery cells currently being manufactured in Tesla's California battery factory. What really surprised me the most though was that the standard Model S Plaid has 1020 horsepower, will do 9.23 seconds 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 in kilometers per hour, has a quarter mile time, like I said, 9.23 seconds, which is just unbelievable. And really, this is it's not the base model, but the middle of the range model. If you think about those specifications, it's just spectacular. Really cool features include the new front and rear screens, with the front center screen measuring 17 inches, the 12.3 inch driver's display, and the 8-inch second row display. Both Model X and S get the new 17-inch screen that comes with a 2200 by 1300 resolution. These will be absolutely awesome for gaming, watching movies, surfing the internet. There's really nothing like these screens on offer in any other vehicle, except maybe the smaller 15-inch screens in the Model 3 and Model Y. The new screens are not only better quality, but the 17-inch center screen is now horizontal. It's way more practical. I like that it's also adjustable, something that almost no one's reporting on. And that adjustability is something you can't do with a Model 3 or Model Y 15-inch screen. Both of the Model X and Model S are using the same battery cells used in the Model Y and Model S. And they both improve charging to a maximum of 250 watt. The indicator stalks have been removed altogether. There are now no stalk for the turn signals or for autopilot. Everything is now done on the new, very cool looking touch-sensitive steering wheel. Fog lights have disappeared, as they have now been integrated into the main headlights, giving the front bumper a sleeker look. The back seat in both Model X and S gets its own touchscreen and HVAC controls, plus USB-C and powerful laptop charging and Wi-Fi. All models come with a new 22-speaker 960-watt audio system with active noise cancelling. I'm really looking forward to hearing that. I think that'll be amazing. Both the X and S come with a panoramic glass roof that blocks ultraviolet light and heat. So it's going to give the whole vehicle a much more airy, light, open feeling. The Model X has 5,000 pound towing capacity and it comes standard with a tow hitch. Gaming. Both Model X and Model S have a new gaming computer with 10 teraflops of processing power and wireless controller compatibility. So this allows gaming from any seat. And this would be pretty cool if your kids or your mates are in the back seat and you're going on a long trip and they're a bit bored. They can just sit there and play video games on the screen. The rear screen, by the way, not the front screen. Heated seats for every passenger. There's a heated steering wheel and a heated windshield. Ventilated front seat heating. There is tri-zone airwave cabin conditioning, HEPA air filtration system, custom driver profiles with automatic easy entry and exit, ambient lighting, tinted glass roof, automatic opening and closing rear liftgate, auto dimming, power folding, heated side mirrors in all models, wireless and USB-C fast charging for every passenger, location aware automatic garage door opener. All models come with 1 year complimentary premium connectivity from Tesla. They have live traffic visualization and satellite view maps, video streaming with access to Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, Twitch, and all the usual Tesla media system features. Hi guys, right before we were about to publish the video, we learned a few other details from electric. The new Tesla Model S and Model X battery pack is not what we thought it was. Tesla is introducing new battery modules and overall pack architecture in the new Model S and Model X, but it's not using 4680 cells, as we mentioned. However, it's also not using the 2170 cells as we had believed it was. They're actually still using the 18650 cells in the Model S and Model X. However, the chemistry has been updated. So they're using the latest chemistry in the 18650 cells. The changes are mainly focused on thermal performance for the battery. Apparently they have developed new coolant channels to allow for better airflow, making temperatures more consistent across every part of the battery pack, which should lead to an extended battery life. There are two main performance improvements that Tesla say are enabled by the thermal performance of the new battery pack. That is faster charging, and the charging, as we mentioned, is on par with the 3NY at 250 kilowatt. And the other benefit is the repeatability of power for consistent back-to-back quarter-mile runs and laps. The other change is the reclining of the seats. The Model S second row seats actually recline back further to give a more comfortable position, and it increases headroom and legroom. So the front seats are actually slightly further forward, and this, like we said, increases the head and legroom for the back seats. Thanks, guys.